Welcome to another Toxic Tuesday segment featuring Cannabis Great once again on Corelli. Something about this map, and he's playing in his Luva and he's taking shots very well. He's got this E75 next to him from the Dog Brazilian clan. His name is Lucas, and he's not too happy with the way Catnip is playing. Catnip is rocking back and forth, trying to bait shells, and unfortunately for the E75. He fires one straight into the back of Catnip is great, and instead of just, reloading or, slightly nudging him, letting him know, hey, you're blocking my shot, he decides to do what he thinks to be the next best thing, and push our hero, Catnip is great, straight out and put another shell into the back of his turret, and push him to his death, because, yes, why try to do damage to the enemies when you clearly can't, and the best course of action is, of course, killing your own. Thank you, Lucas from the Dog Brazilian clan. Hey guys, Clone Guy here, and today I have three replays for you guys featuring Insane Profit. I just got myself the T34 with the Twitch Prime Care Package Alpha, and we are pulling it out for the first time. This is my first ever game, my first ever 3 games actually in the T34. And I'm getting a feel for the gun handling. It actually feels really nice. I know people were complaining about it, but I guess this thing got a buff. I never used it prior to the buff they gave it, but it feels pretty nice right now, the gun handling on the move anyway. It takes a while to aim in, yes, but the circle never really gets too much bigger. So I'm very happy with it. Anyway, typically, Matchmaker tries to put you in top tier when it's your first game in a battle. First shot ever taken in the T34 is a pretty insane one. But anyway, matchmaking usually tries to put you as top tier in your first ever game in a vehicle. However, when you are platoon, which I am now, all bets are off. So we're going to be fighting 10s in our first ever T34 game. Next shot flies very straight once again. Unfortunately, I aimed a little bit low, it looks like. If I aimed a couple pixels higher, it probably would have gone in. But this gun handling is pretty nice, I'm not going to lie. The moving gun handling, but now you're going to see the aim time, the long aim time. But the shell flies true and it goes into the side of the T10. What's so great about this tank? It's turret. It's got the T29 turret, and you can't go wrong with the T29 turret at pretty much any tier. Unfortunately, though, at this tier, the T29 turret is pretty easily overmatched, and poorly aimed shot there. He accelerated a lot faster than I was expecting going down that hill. So you got a T29 turret, so it's very strong from the front. It's got a pretty weak roof, though, so something you have to look out for. But you got 10 degrees of gun depression. You have a gun that can deal with tier 10s. You have 400 alpha. You have a lot of pen. Unfortunately, we don't go through the ISM at that angle. I thought we would, but we did not, unfortunately. The penetration is, I'm not sure what it is. Isn't it 246? Which is fantastic, indeed. And so it's more than capable of going through the slightly angled 110 pike nose. That 110's pike, though, I think because we're above it, even if he was facing flat to us, we might still be able to penetrate him. That thing is about 260 effective when you are in level ground and looking straight at him. So our gun isn't quite capable of going through every single time, but it's still very capable. Now every one of these shots is important because we have double credits going right now. I'm like, okay, we have the Twitch Prime, which is going to be getting us 15% experience and credits this game, and we have the T34, which is going to be getting us 50% credits and XP on top of that. And the fact that the T34, well, that's the op the T34 has. The T34 also makes 57% extra credits. We also have Premium, which gets us 50% extra credits, and then I've turned on a double credit booster. So we're going to be making as many credits as possible. Every one of these shots is probably getting us 30 to 40,000 credits. It's pretty absurd. And so we're going to be getting as many shots in as we possibly can. Every bounce is losing us, like I said, 30 to 40,000. Now the E100 just fired, so we're going to be able to come around this corner, hopefully put a shell into somebody. This T34, boom, we fire it off, and we set him on fire, and he uses his automatic fire extinguisher. But we'll see if he goes down now to Catnip. Catnip doesn't look like he's aiming at him. Down goes the ISM, and now we're going to try to put another shell into this T34. He's not really worth it anymore, damage-wise, but the kill, I bet you, will still get us a ton of credits. And so that's what we got to keep in mind. Now E100. A lot of people, when they see an E100, they load gold rounds, especially when it's hull down like this. But loading gold requires a reload, and so we're going to be aiming our shot, because aiming is something a lot of people don't do anymore in this game, is aiming for weak spots. Boom, it goes in to the vision bar on the E100. You can go through that with 200 millimeters of penetration. Yes, a Tiger 1. If that E100 is not angling, a Tiger 1 can go through that bar on the E100. And we're going to be firing this shell into his lower area. I was going to go for his tracks, but Catnip was going to be driving by right as I was going to fire. So I decided to just go for the damage instead of risking shooting Catnip is great. And it kind of worked out well. Now we're going to be going for his tracks, and we put it in. We track him, damage him, and he goes down. And we get a little bit of assist off of him. And now where is the artillery? We're going to be able to find a shell into the artillery. We know where he is because he shot at us. Yep, there he is. And he finishes off the live. We're going to be able to find a shot into him. Trying to find my way up here. There's going to be a slight little bit of a night lounge. No, nothing. No shot. GW Tiger P killed by GW Tiger Pig. And there is our first game in the T34. Let's go take a quick look at the post-game results. And then we'll jump into the next game. I've got 3 of them for you guys. My first 3, because I had 3 doubles, so I decided to show them all to you. We make 417,000 credits in our very first game. 3,400 damage done, 1,000 assists, 1,000 blocked, and a Mastery Ace Tanker because we were fighting tier 10, so we got a little bit more experience than we would have if we were, in fact, top tier. So not too shabby a first game, not bad at all. We queue up again, and we find ourselves on Rizanai in the mid-tier. This is Team Destruction. There's 1 artillery unit on either team. Now, Team Destruction definitely adds a whole new spin to the game. It really invites... It has really 2 play styles. There's no one... You can't really play in between. You either all lemming train one side, or you hunker in. It's either a Zerg or defend. You can't really do these in-between tactics. In my own opinion, I feel that's the best way to play Team Destruction is those 2, either Zerg or defend. Hunker in, stay alive. And that's what we're going to be doing in our T34s, because we are not very fast. We don't have much armor on our hull anyway, and we don't have much DPM. So we can't really Zerg. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting into a position where hopefully the people in the castle are going to be able to support us. And we're going to hunker in, get our turrets into use, and extensive view range. So that's what we're going to be doing here. Myself and Catnip is great, aka Joseph. That's what I usually call him, is just Joseph. So we're going to be sticking with Joseph today because it's easier for me. And I'm going to be probably accidentally calling him Joseph a few times. So may as well just let you guys know. Now, why do I think those are the only 2 tactics for Team Destruction? Why do I think they're best? Well, it's because there's nothing to defend. You don't have a base. You don't have to worry about somebody capping you while you push a flank. You can push the flank as fast as you want. So it's probably better to just lemming train. Send all 15 of your vehicles down one way. And then win. You know, they said they split 7 and 8, right? Now it's 15 versus 8 on one side, and then their 7 are coming in from behind. But your 15 should easily be able to kill those 8 before the 7 show up. And then maybe you'll lose, what, 2, 3 tanks? Turn around, and now it's an 8, or sorry, now it's a 12 versus 7. So, the lemming train really works, because they're not going to cap your base. There's nothing to cap. So, that's my take on it, and so that's what I feel. But Catnip and I are going to be coming into this river here. And we're going to be getting hulled down using our turrets and hoping artillery doesn't dig us out. But I figured I don't think Artie will have the best shots on us, seeing how there's going to be a little ridge here. So he's going to have difficult shots on us. That's my hope anyway. And I think that's what's going to be happening. We have this Object 430 version 2 on my right. T90... an IS in front of us. And our shell misses. And a T29 on our left. So, as long as we point our gun where the guy who we think is going to be shooting us is, we should be perfectly fine. IS pulls back. There's the T90 object. There's a lot of tanks here, okay? There's the Object 430 and the T29. T29 is coming up. IS bounces off of us, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to put a shell on this tier 9. He's kind of not, I don't like him where he is. We're probably going to take a hit from the T29. There's the T29. He's going to poke up. No, he's not, and we're going to pull back safely. Fantastic. Put a shell in the tier 9. That tier 9 is going to be annoying this game. Indeed, he will be. But now we're going to put another shell into this guy. And unfortunately, I don't know if that missed or it bounced off. Either way, he lives another shell. Indeed, T29 comes around the corner. We angle in, and he does bounce off of, I think, our turret there. But, so we got a little bit fortunate that we didn't take a hit. But he did snap it off. He had time to aim. I don't think he realized what our reload was. And, fortunately for us, we get away with it. Now, we're still just... This is going to be a very hunkered game. We're going to hunker in here for quite a few minutes. I mean, watching this, it might be faster than I remember, but our team is down 4 tanks. It is 6-2 right now. So we're definitely going to just be holding. That's what we need to do right now, is just hold and get our guns working, because right now it is 6-2. We are down 4 tanks, but if you look at our minimap, Well, now we're down 3 tanks. If you look at our mini-map, we have 4 tanks right here, all focused on us. We take those 4 tanks, keep them here focused on us, and now the game is, well, now we're up by 1 tank, technically. Well, then again, we're out of it too. So if those 4 tanks are focused on us, then realistically, we're only down to 1 tank, right? So that's what we're doing now, keeping these guns on us. And down goes another tank. That's exactly what we want to have happen right now, is just, come on, keep looking at us, guys. Keep looking at us, and keep, we're going to try to get these points right back where they were. Here comes the T-29. We're going to be able to put a shell in. Aiming it up. Yes, we are. And he goes down. Mistake was made. Joseph hits his shot. I hit my shot, and he goes down. I don't think he was expecting Joseph to go through the cave right there. Caught him off. Puts it in. He thought he was hull down on me, but he was not quite hull down. We were able to weave it and get it underneath his gun and into the top part of his hull. And it goes in. Now we have this Object 430 version 2 still in his position, but here comes the M46 Patton and a Motherland. A Motherland puts a shell into us. No, sorry, a Hellhound puts a shell into us. We miss our shot there. Shell barely goes low, and there was so much of that circle on his tank, but the gun was just like, nah. And there is the T34 in a nutshell, I guess. What people have been saying is the gun likes to miss. It's 0.35 accurate, 0.35 dispersion. Standing still. Unfortunately, we hit his melee, going for his cheeks there, but we hit him in the melee and we do not go in. But 0.35 is actually great when you compare it to the Patriot, which is I think 0.38, and then the T20 or the T32, which is I think 0.4 or 0.41. So this is actually the most accurate Tier 8 American heavy tank. Actually, I think it is. Yeah, it is, and more accurate. It's more accurate than the M103, I believe, too. And I think it's the same accuracy as the E5. It's just the aim time that makes it suffer. But we put a shell into the Patton there, and then we missed the kill shot. And yeah, we're working up some damage. Our team is still down a tank, but no problem. Now, Joseph and I have decided it's time to move up. We're going to try to take care of this tank destroyer, and then we're going to move on from there and just eliminate tanks one by one. Here is a T30, and we're going to be getting ourselves in a position that's a lot more favorable than his position. But first, Hellhound, fired off. That one goes true, tracks him and damages his tank. And now people are putting shots into him, and he goes down, and we get the full assist off of him. Now there is the T30. He's not looking at me, so we're going to put a free shell into him. As soon as I fire, though, he's going to look. But we're in a very strong position. He has a very slim shot on our hull, and so hopefully this will continue to work. And if we side scrape here, he shouldn't be able to see our hull, and we should be able to put free shells into him with our 10 degrees of gun depression. So that's what we're going to be doing here, and we can overmatch his roof. And there it goes, straight into his cupola, and now he is a one-shot. And I'm telling Catnip that. I said, listen, if you don't want to risk taking a 155mm shell to the tank, I can finish him off right here. And so yes, that's what we're going to do. Fire it off, and we bounce it, and he bounces off of us, but now Catnip is like, okay, I'm going to go finish him off. And he does, in fact, hopefully find a shell into him. Already hits us, and down goes the T30. It's a good thing we stopped and decided not to commit. We were going to commit for the T30, but then Joseph was like, no, I've got him. And so then we pulled back, and artillery narrowly misses us. That would have been devastating had he hit us direct. In fact, like I said, we've got a really weak turret roof and engine deck, so there's a possibility he could have one-shot us, finished us, because that was a hard splash. He just hit us there, so he definitely had the 203mm on that S51. So that would have been devastating had he hit us there. Now, we're rolling through the middle of the map. Not probably the smartest idea, but I figured, okay, the tank destroyers are probably all up on that ridge, so I may as well get under their guns. That's my thinking right now. I could go around the long way to the left, but at the same time, I am in a greedy mood right now because I've got my double booster going, and I want to get as much money as possible. So the shortest distance, the shortest, and yet safest. Not the safest, but the shortest of the safe. No, the safest of the shortest, I don't know, is what we're going to do. T95 or Waffle. We're going to go for the Waffle. He's easy damage. I could have shot the side of the T95, and it probably would have been better for the team, but like I said, I'm in the farm credits mode right now, and I figured we have these guys surrounded, so it's not like we're going to lose anyway, so may as well keep the T95 alive, because I know I can pen him. But now we have the side of his tank. We're going to go for his tracks, fire it off, and the shell goes low, but it does track him, so the shell travels underneath his tank, unfortunately, but he is, in fact, tracked. So hopefully we'll get some assist off of him. No, he does fix it. Now this next shot, we're just going to put into the side of his tank here. Oh no, we're going to go for his tracks again. No, we go for the back of his tank, but the shell decided to hit him in the tracks again. So, and boom, he gets full pen by our GW Panther. So that was a little bit fantastic. Had we just damaged him, we would not have gotten that. So that was worth it. That was worth the track. The gun knew. The gun was like, nah, 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 nah. Watch what Artie's about to do. So we track him, and Artie finishes him off. You should probably track tanks like that anyway, especially when you have Artie in the game, because it's really going to help your team out. If you just shoot tracks, it helps your team. Your team hits more, they're not moving, they're easier to kill, and your Artie are going to be hitting as well. So tracks are more important. But like I said, I'm in this farm damage mode because I want credits. And now you're going to see a couple of terrible shots on this Lycan. We're trying to find a shot. Shell, unfortunately, travels a little bit slower than anticipated. Like I said, this is only my second game, and we are unable to hit him. Now we're going to be going after this Sentinel. No, we're not. He goes down. We're going to change our attention to the Lycan once again. Are we going to be able to hit him this time? Come on. Don't under-aim it. Don't under-aim it. There it is. Oh no, it bounces off his tracks after he just got tracked, and he goes down to the sharpshooter, and we do not get any juicy Lycan at the end of that game. But the damage was done, and we had a pretty decent game. If you include our assists, another 5K combined game. Let's take a look at the profit we made, and then we'll jump into the next game. 414,414 credits made, and a first-class mastery badge. And yes, that was a fantastic little bit of bonus of credits, and now we're up to over 800,000 in just 2 games. And in our next game, we once again are at the bottom tier, but you've already seen that this tank does not give a care. It doesn't care. You put it in the bottom tier, who cares? You're going to get penned by 8s in the hull, you're going to get penned by 7s in the hull, some tier 6s are going to pen your hull, right? So it doesn't really matter, because 9s and 10s are also going to pen your hull. However, your turret is very strong, and tier 6s aren't going to pen your hull, tier 7s aren't, or turret, tier 8s aren't, tier 9s aren't, and even tier 10s are going to struggle going through your turret, because it's, what, 279 on the front? So they're going to need premium rounds, and it's angled. I mean, your turret roof is pretty weak, and 120s will start penning it, because I think it's 38 millimeters. So, yeah, 120s will overmatch it, and 120s kind of start. 122s kind of start around the tier 7s. Tier 7 and up, they start penning your turret, so once again, it really doesn't matter. This tank doesn't care. It's pretty much the armor is just as effective at tier 8 as it is at tier 10. So, and your gun can punch all tiers. So this tank really doesn't care. A little bit of voice crack there, but that's okay. And we're on Overlord. And I don't know if you saw it on the team list, but there's someone on the enemy team. There it is. Gabby. I'm offended. In the Object 705A, and Joseph was like, we should YOLO her. Let's go get her. And I'm just like, nah, let's not YOLO her. But maybe we'll kill her later. Because I guarantee she's not going to be going to the same flank we go. And we're not going to be going to the same flank she goes. So she's going to probably try to avoid us. I know that's probably the case. Joseph, unfortunately, exposed a little bit of his hull, and he takes a couple of hits, but so does this Patton. And we put it in, he bounces off of our turret cheek. Yes, because she's in Nightmare, and of course we were in Nightmare too, so there's a little bit of like, oh, we can kill a fellow, an ex-clanmate, because we're not in Nightmare anymore, and some of you guys are asking why, and I'll just give you the simple answer. I needed a little bit of break from competitive. There you go, there's the simple answer, and that's all I'm going to be giving you. Those of you who've been asking, I need a break from competitive. We're going to be putting a shell in the lower plate of this Conqueror and ammo racking him, and now we're up to, like I said, every single shot fired is just credits. It's just money. And a mouse has shown up, so this should be a lot easier fight to win now, because he is the armor, and we are going to be the supporting guns. Lower plate. No, we hit him in the tracks. That's fine. But Catnip does find a shell into him, and he takes a little bit of damage, and so we still get paid for that, so that's not bad. We only get half of that, of course, because we're only getting the assisted. Meanwhile, if we were damaging him, we're also spotting him for ourselves, and so that would have been nice there. This Super Conqueror, sorry, it's just a regular Conqueror. It feels like a Super Conqueror, honestly. The 10 degrees of gun depression, oof, is so good. Is able to just poke us, and it's pretty annoying because we can't do anything about it. But in goes the Bat Chat, making the game-winning play right here. Game-winning play, turning the Conqueror toward the other way, and now we're gonna be able to get up here and hopefully put a shell into him, fire it off, and yes, it goes in, and we finish him off, and down goes the Conqueror and the Bat Chat, pretty much winning us this flank, because there was nothing we could do against that Conqueror where he was. And there's artillery. Do we have a shot on him? We don't quite have a shot, but there's a gorilla. We're going to put a shell into the gorilla instead. Fire it off quickly, because he can hit our cupola pretty easily with .27 accuracy, and plus any crew skills he has. You can get it down to .24, I think, is how accurate you can get that gun. So yeah, he's going to be hitting our roof if he aims there, and so we do not want that. Artillery does, unfortunately, get away, and will he come back? to haunt us because of this. Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. The Gorilla 15 is still there, and we do get spotted here. There's the 430 version 2. Another 430 version 2 being annoying. I think. Look at it. Yes, it is another 430 version 2. Everybody wants themselves a 430U. I just bought myself the K91, guys. I just bought the K91, so I'll be hopefully releasing some videos on that. I need to play it a couple times, and hopefully get a nice, decent game for you guys. Fire up a shell at the Gorilla, and there is the troll of the T34 as it misses, and now we're going to have to go for another reload. And unfortunately, that is a tier 10, so that's probably 40,000 credits we missed out on because we were unable to hit that guy. But that's okay. We will hopefully be able to hit this guy. RBRT, boom, it goes into his engine. And he is now a 1-hit for everyone else. Okay, maybe a 2-hit, and he goes down versus our Patton. Patton on Patton action, and he goes down. This game is still fairly close, but I'm going to wrap it up as a loss. And Canop's great for them anyway, a loss for them, because now the game is just opened up, and they've got the low ground. They have the beach and such. So it's not going to work out for them. There's a waffle over there. Are we going to be able to put a shell into him, aiming it up, and shot away? Yes, we are, and there's another juicy amount of credits right there. Canop gets the kill on him, on someone else, actually. So those kills right there are really getting him credits. This game, this profit game, we're going to have another high profit, but it could have been more if we got these kills, you know. And that's the big thing. When you kill tier 10s, you get a ton of credits, guys, in your premium tanks, especially with all these boosters going on right now. There is a Death Star. No shot on him. There are multiple tanks on our left. Like I said, they took the beach, and that's their problem. They took the beach. Never take the beach. We're going to be loading our first premium shells because we're going up against a 705A. This is my first time ever fighting against a 705A. And like, okay, how do we kill a 705A? I'm not sure. Let's load some gold, and we'll figure it out later. There's a 705A. She fires off a shot and misses us with a standard shell, but that's the only standard shell she's going to be shooting. She's going to be switching to premium. She does not want us to kill her. And I understand that. I understand that too. I wouldn't want somebody in my own clan to kill me either. It's this kind of competitive, you know, like feel. But there is also an E5. We're gonna be able to put a shell into the E5. We have our gold loaded. This shouldn't be an issue to pen him. Aiming up at his lower plate, and it flies. True. It turned yellow. I thought we penned him. We didn't actually pen him. I think somebody else hit him right as soon as our shell hit him. So it registered as yellow, but we do not get the penetration. Unfortunately, there. Every one of these shots is worth, I think, we're spending 4.8 thousand, but if we're penning, it doesn't really matter, and we're going to be making more money than firing standard because we might not pen with standard. So I think firing the gold rounds is the correct play here to get the maximum amount of credits, because why fire and miss your standard shells and do less damage when you can fire your premium shells and pen every time, right? So it's really not a big deal. Are we going to be able to pen the 5A maybe at that angle? No, we hit him in the turret. I tried to shoot that little pike, little angled pike there, and unfortunately we do miss. And we're unable to penetrate. The shell goes high into the turret, and I wonder if it would go in. We looked at that in Tank Inspector, and it looked like we should be able to go through that, but maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't. There, she fires. Now we're going to go in. She takes a hit. Now he's a 1-2 hit for us, but we're going to be just going around and putting the shell in. Maybe if it takes another hit, we'll be 1 hit. Yes, he's a 1 hit for us now. Are we going to be able to finish her off? And we aim a shot at the lower plate. Boom! It goes in. And here comes the E5. We're going to aim for the E5. It doesn't matter. He's firing heat. Goes straight into us, but finished off by the Bat Chat. Now all that's left is a Death Star. And something's going to happen here versus this Death Star. It's pretty hilarious. Canop is great. Is right on my left. And we have a Conqueror right behind us, in between us. And he finishes off the Conqueror. Shoots the Conqueror. Somehow weaved it straight between the two of us and kills the Conqueror. Had he hit Canop is great, like if he hit the rear wheel of Canop is great, he probably would have splashed me and the Conqueror and gotten a triple bombardier. But he full pens the Conqueror, who is right behind us. And does not splash any of us, but we make 387,000 credits, and we get another ace tanker. And those of you who are wondering, that was a total of 1.219563 million credits. A fantastic 3 games, if I do say so myself, in our T34s. And with 3 games, 1.2 million credits. This is going to be a fantastic month for grinding credits if you have your Twitch Prime going, guys, right now, because the T34 is making bank. I'm making about 200,000 credits every game without the double, and it's pretty fantastic. Anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed. If you did, please slap that like button, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you go check out GotADingy and Space Bandits. GotADingy actually just posted a video as well featuring the T34 and a 300,000 credit profit. So if you want to go check out more people making a lot of money, go check him out. And I will leave links to their channels in the description below. Once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Take care, and peace out.